Hi, third graders. Today we are talking about two new math concepts, area and perimeter. Area measures the space inside a figure. Perimeter is the way we measure the outside edge of a figure or a space. I drew a figure on my whiteboard to explain area. This figure that I drew has 6 square units inside the space. The perimeter of a figure is the distance around the outside of the figure. I drew this figure pretending that each of these sides was 3 centimeters long. If I measure 3, 3, 3, 3, and add them up, that equals 12 centimeters. Remember, for perimeter, we're measuring the outside of a figure. Area is a way to count the space on the inside of a figure. I'm going to talk about this figure that I have drawn on my dotted whiteboard that is a 5 by 3 rectangle, 5 units by 3 units. To measure the perimeter of this, I want to count the outside edges and add up those. So for instance, I would add 5 units plus 3 units plus 5 units plus 3. Another shortcut might be to add 5 plus 5 and 3 plus 3. Go ahead and practice making some figures with different sizes of perimeter. Try adding those up. Here's an example. I drew another figure that was a 7 by 2 figure. When I add those sides up, I get 18 centimeters. The top figure is 16 centimeters. We discovered that the perimeter of that first figure, a 5 by 3, equaled 16 centimeters. In the bottom figure, the 7 by 2 figure, the perimeter is 18 centimeters. Remember, that's the distance around those figures. Now we are going to figure out the area of these two figures. The area is the inside of these shapes. One thing you can do when you're first starting out is count the squares. I'm going to draw some lines to show you what that means. Because I am using a dotted centimeter board, this works very well. I can draw the lines connecting the sides to get an array, like we've practiced in multiplication. So for the top figure, it's a 5 by 3. I can multiply 5 times 3 and get a square centimeter units of 15. You can count the squares to double check. On the bottom figure, it's a 7 by 2 rectangle. We multiply 7 times 2 to get 14 square units. You can count the square units if you pause this video. It's a good idea to practice drawing some different shapes with some measurements. A ruler and paper will work for this activity if you don't have graph paper at home.